Picture this. You've been paying for internet every month for years, reliably, without a single missed payment. But the provider never ran a cable to your house. It just stopped at the edge of town, and that was that. And now here comes a device the size of a tray, one that fits in a backpack, needs no cable, no contract, no installer, and beams internet straight down from space. Critics say there's a catch here, one they won't tell you about right away. So what is it? By the end of this video, you'll know everything. What this device actually replaces, what it doesn't, and whether it's even worth spending money on. Let's start with the monthly bill. This is exactly where things become painfully clear. The average American pays about $80 a month for home internet. That's almost $1,000 a year. And that's just the base price. The real bill tends to be higher. Providers tack on hidden fees, equipment rental, mandatory service bundles, and on top of that, a contract you can't get out of without a penalty. But there's something worse than the bill itself. For millions of Americans, the cable company simply never showed up. The line got run to the edge of town and stopped there. If you live farther out, on a country road, at a vacation home, in a remote town, your options for years have looked like this: slow DSL, an overloaded mobile hotspot, or no connection at all. It's a trap with two exits, both bad. Either pay a fortune for an unreliable connection, or live in a dead zone the cable never reached. And that's exactly the trap Starlink Mini shows up in. So what is it? A small satellite dish, smaller than a standard kitchen tray, light enough to hold with one hand. The Wi-Fi router is already built in. No boxes full of wires, nothing to mount on the roof. The whole thing fits in an ordinary backpack. The internet doesn't come through a cable, it comes straight from orbit. Thousands of Starlink satellites circle the planet at an altitude of about 340 miles and beam the signal directly to the dish sitting on your table or on the ground in front of your house. No trenches, no installers, just open sky, and you're online. Setup takes about 10 minutes. Take it out of the box, set it up outdoors, open the app. That's it. No waiting around for a technician, no multi-day installation windows. The speed is real. Over 100 megabits per second, enough for streaming, video calls, and a full workday. From a dish that fits in a backpack. Now, about the number that grabs your attention. For new customers, Starlink Mini costs $199, one time, no contract. Billing is monthly, and you can cancel anytime. At launch, the device costs $599. The price has dropped dramatically. It almost sounds too good to be true. And that's exactly where things get interesting. People use the Mini in completely different ways, and the results sometimes change more than just connection quality. They change an entire way of life. Picture a home where the internet constantly drops, lags, and still costs as much as a decent smartphone every month. Then a small dish shows up, and the connection arrives not from the ground, but from the sky. Kids do their homework without buffering. Parents work remotely. On Friday night, the family watches a show like everyone else. For families like that, this isn't a convenience. It's the line between being part of the modern world and being cut off from it. But here's what's really surprising. The Mini doesn't just sit in one place. It moves with you. Set it up in an RV, and it stays connected on the move, not just when parked. Take it to a cabin with no electricity. It runs on a small battery or a solar panel using about as much power as a couple of ordinary light bulbs. And when a storm knocks out power to the whole neighborhood and your neighbors are stuck on hold with the provider's hotline for hours, you just walk out onto your porch with your dish and stay online. One device. Home, highway, cabin, power outage. Most people use it for just one of these scenarios, but it quietly handles all four. And the very same satellites that keep ships in the middle of the ocean connected and reach the most remote corners of the planet are now beaming internet to a small dish on your table. But here's the part a lot of reviews carefully skip over: the monthly fee. $199 is just the cost of the hardware. Internet service is separate. The Mini runs on Starlink's plans for travel, and those cost money. The basic plan is about $55 a month for 100 gigabytes. 300 gigabytes, $80. Unlimited, $175 a month. What does this mean in practice? The monthly bill doesn't disappear. It just changes who it's made out to. Instead of the cable company, you're paying Starlink. The difference is no contract and no hidden equipment fees. Second point, the Mini was built for mobile use, not as a primary home internet solution. For travel, RV trips out of town, it's ideal. At home, it works as a reliable backup, but it wasn't originally designed for that role. Third point, the $199 price is for new customers. For everyone else, the dish will run closer to $250. In some regions, Starlink adds a one-time regional fee. So can the Mini replace home internet? Honest answer, if you live in a rural area, in a dead zone, far from city infrastructure, or you're constantly on the move, yes, genuinely, it could turn out to be the best internet you've ever had. But if cheap fiber is available in your city, the Mini will cost more and be slower than what you already have. In that case, it's a great backup option, but not a replacement for your main service. Now let's talk real numbers. Say you live somewhere with only one provider and no competition. Slow, unreliable internet, a contract, a rising bill, and about $1,000 a year for the privilege. Mini, $199, one time plus $55 a month on the basic plan. Total for the first year, about $860. Every year after that, once the dish is paid off, about $660. Cheaper every year. If you stream a lot, you'll need the 300 gigabyte plan or unlimited, and then the savings become less obvious. And if your city already has cheap fiber, the Mini won't save you a single cent. That's not who it's for. It's for the house at the end of a country road, the vacation home with no phone line, the RV that's always on the move, the family that's been overpaying for years simply because they had no choice. For them, this isn't a luxury or a backup plan. It's the first time internet has ever come to them on its own. How do you get one? Starlink Mini is available right now in more than 100 countries. Order online, delivery within a few days. There's a 30-day trial with the option to return the device and get a refund if it doesn't work where you live. One tip, before you buy, check your address on the Starlink website so the regional fee, if there is one, doesn't come as a surprise. 3 things worth remembering. First, the $199 price is real, but only for new customers. For everyone else, it's around $250. Second, there's no contract, but there is a monthly fee. You're leaving the cable company, but not the bill. Third, if you're in a rural area, off the grid, or constantly traveling, this could fully replace your home internet. If your city has cheap fiber, think of the Mini as a backup. Figure out which one you are before you spend the money. Now here's a question for you. If you could put this dish anywhere, home, RV, cabin, backup for power outages, where would it go first? And how much are you paying your provider right now? Leave a comment. I read every one. If this video gave you an honest take instead of a sales pitch, hit like and subscribe to the channel. We break down technology that directly affects your wallet, and we always tell you the truth, not whatever's good for the seller. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Take care of yourselves.